We had heard stories in Armidale from the schools about certain social issues on the sporting fields with Ezidi children, and they knew that that was coming from a place of trauma. And instead of looking at a deficit model and a band-aid job all the time, we thought there's something that can be done with physical activity from the very beginning of the settlement so that we can use the positives that come from both communities and put those together.
So the key aspect that this project was focusing on was ultimately social inclusion, and sport and physical activity was simply the driver and the vehicle in doing that. And we know that in regional Australian communities in particular, sport is a really big part of the cultural fabric of those communities. It's about how you build a sense of belonging, a sense of making new friendships, a sense of feeling that you fit into a new place or a community. Particularly with young people having the opportunity to practice their English, make new friendships, experience holistic health benefits such as enhancing fitness or building mental health and strength following the experience of trauma is something that we really wanted to focus on through these activities.
Yeah, it was very difficult when I first arrived because there was not many people in Armidale especially, and I didn't know anything about here, so it was very difficult to meet people and to make friends. So yeah, in that way is that helping me to meet different people, especially who just arrived. So for example, they didn't know anything, and when we came here playing volleyball together, we met each other and we introduced ourselves to each other. So yeah, in that way it's a helpful activity to do. I feel people are more welcoming me to be in Australia.
So the thing that stood out to me was probably the sense of intercultural exchange that sport allowed. So for many people in the broader Armidale community, they may have not previously had close encounters or friendships with people from newly arrived migrant and refugee backgrounds, and sport really brought down a lot of those barriers.
Yeah, when I came to Australia, I came to Armidale. I've been in Armidale almost 5 years, and it's not easy to move to a new country because everything is different. So the support program helped me a lot because it's a great opportunity to make friends, and it's important to make friends from different cultures because if there is a culture I don't know about their culture, maybe I don't know how to respect them, and our culture is a big difference.
I've had the opportunity and the privilege of working in the Nauruan community, and I've been working there since 2011. So as you would imagine, during that time, I saw a lot of the government's policies, etc., in terms of settling refugees in locations that were quite varied from their own culture. Through that experience, I witnessed how important it is for cultural responsive strategies, and that comes from both parts of the community. From an education point of view, we noticed some change as well, particularly in terms of immersion in the English language. There was a willingness to communicate because there was a purpose on the sporting field or in the gym or in the pool that you don't necessarily have when you're in front of books and you're looking at all these symbols on a page. Suddenly there was a positive purpose to communicate with each other and to put your skills forward. Your English mightn't be so good, but your ability on the sporting field can be just as good as everyone else in that team.
So for the Ezidi community, it was just simple things like understanding how to access a gym membership in Australia. How do I join up to the local football team? How do I use, the change rooms and facilities at the pool? So just really simple things like that can actually be quite powerful in building people's sense of capacity, their confidence to move forward when they're starting lives in a new country.
It's interesting for the Ezidi community. When they came to Armidale, there was a lot of baggage there, not necessarily in bags they could carry, but baggage in terms of coming as a refugee. We've noticed through this program that they're seeing themselves more, because of their involvement in the community, as Australians. They now have an identity of being an Australian rather than being a refugee. And I think that's amazing, because that's going to flow on to their children and their grandchildren, and they're going to lose that stigma that can be held with the label of being a refugee.